Hi guys, so welcome to my YouTube channel, and this YouTube channel is dedicated to learning Python for data science. So every Python topic we cover here, the whole idea or the end to everything is learning data science. So today on this series, we're going to be talking about using a Python loop over a Python dictionary. In the last video, if you check out the last video, you will see that we talked about a simple loop. So now we're just going to be looking at how we can use Python loops. Python loops enable you iterate over elements, right? So you can also iterate over iterables, and iterables can be lists, tuples, dictionaries. So here we're going to be looking at a dictionary. Now, before we take that first step, a dictionary, what I use the dict for short, is a collection of key value pairs, right? Of key value pairs, right? So if we are going to loop through it, what we're basically going to do is we're going to iterate. So basically looping through a dict would be iterating. We'll be iterating through its key value pairs. So let me put a dash here. Yes. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be looking at that. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a dictionary. So we'll create a pretty simple dictionary, and then we'll try to see what that would, how that's going to work, right? So let's do it. So I'm going to call this Python underscore dict, right? And inside it, I am going to introduce a curly braces, and I'm going to put names. I put names and I put favorite numbers. So I put name is 26. Then I'm just going to make up a bunch of other individuals. I'll say Marta, and I assume her favorite number is 5. And then I'm going to add Mudia, and I would assume his favorite number is 12. And then finally, I'm going to put Ifwe. I'm going to assume her favorite number is 30. So you can see we've created that. This is a dictionary. Just to be sure, you can use the type, method, model, or class to check what it is. So you see that's what we have here. Now, if we're going to iterate or we're going to loop through this, we are just going to write a for loop. So here we created a dictionary. So you see that I try as much as I can to document whatever it is I do, and I'll encourage you to do that too. Then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a for loop. So a simple for loop is going to be like for keyword, and I'm going to now use key value pairs, but now I'm just going to loop through the keys. So I'm going to use for key in Python dict, full colon, and then I print the keys. Pretty simple. You see that? It just prints the keys. So now what it does is it prints the keys. Remember, they're key value pairs. So here I'm going to say this is looping through keys. So that's what this is. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll loop through the values. So I'm going to say for value, and now for value in Python dict. Now you're thinking just because I wrote the value here, which is the iterative variable, that it means it's just going to understand that, right? So let's check, let's find out if that happens. So I'm just going to print value, and what happens? It still brings out the key, right? The keys, that's what it does. So now for me to make that work, I'm just going to chain a method to this, and that method is values, and I'm going to going to subscribe to it. And to do that, so once I do this, you now see that the favorite numbers all pop up. So here I document this as looping true values, right? Again, the final part of it, would I call that the final part? Yes, the final part of this is that I'm going to now loop through keys and values. So so now I'm just going to say for key, comma, value in Python dict. Now, again, just and I do this because I want to put ensure that this is understood. Again, if I print this and I put an F string, so there's going to be a formatter, and I say key here, and then I put in the curly brace because I want to reference the iterator variables, and here I have key, and then I put value, and of course I want to reference the iterator variable value for this. I'm going to put value in here. But now look at what happens. I do this because you see that there are too many values to unpack expected to. Now the reason I did this, I had to take this length, is so that you can see that over here I would need to chain a method, and that method is called items, so that it now gets a sense of what we are doing here. So if I do this, I know the key is Pablo, the value is 26, so you see that. Right, so looping through key value pairs are really, it's really a huge thing you could do even when you're doing data analysis and in data science. Of course, as we proceed, I'm going to create, I'm going to have a use case tutorial on this. So just keep your eyes on the use case channel, rather the use case playlist, and you're going to see something in that area. So yes, so this is what we have done today. We're using a Python loop over a Python dictionary. Dictionary is a collection of key value pairs, and the dictionary is an iterable, so that means you can loop through it, right? And then I created a simple dictionary that has name and numbers, and then looped through keys, looped through values, and finally here, documentation, looping through key and value pairs. Right, so like, subscribe, share with friends, family, and everybody you know that are trying to learn Python for data science.